The British Empire is one of the largest and longest-lasting empires in history. So let's break down its history. Okay, here are 6 things you need to know about the British Empire. 1. Origins and early expansion. From the late 15th to early 16th centuries, England emerged from a century of internal warfare. First, under the rule of Henry VII, the Tudors began to strengthen the monarchy, and England became increasingly involved in European politics. In 1497, John Cabot explored parts of what is now Canada and the United States, and claimed the land for England. In the 1560s to 1600s, rival Spanish ships carrying gold, silver and emeralds back to Europe. England encouraged privateers like Sir Francis Drake to raid them, which set the stage for overseas expansion. In 1600, the East India Company was founded, giving England exclusive trading rights in India. And in 1607, Jamestown, Virginia, became the first permanent English settlement in North America. More followed, including Plymouth in 1620, where the Pilgrims landed. Over time, England also developed Caribbean colonies, many of which relied on sugar plantations worked by enslaved people imported from Africa. 2. Trade and colonial growth. In 1660, the monarchy was restored under Charles II, who reigned during an age of growing trade and colonial expansion. In 1670, the Hudson's Bay Company was chartered, extending England's influence in North America. In 1688, the Glorious Revolution established a constitutional monarchy, and in 1707, the Act of Union united England and Scotland into the new state of Great Britain. During the 18th century, Britain competed globally with France and Spain. In North America, colonies expanded along the Atlantic coast. In the Caribbean, sugar colonies flourished, continuing to rely on enslaved labor. And in India, the East India Company dominated trade and expanded its territories. The 7 Years' War from 1756 to 1763 gave Britain Canada and Florida and strengthened its control over India. 3. Loss of American colonies and global pivot. In 1775, the American Revolution began, resulting in the loss of the 13 colonies. Britain then shifted its focus to other parts of the world, including India through the East India Company, the Caribbean and West Africa, where it participated in the triangular trade and slave trade, and it sought to expand in Australia and New Zealand. 4th, the 19th century, the empire at its peak. In 1801, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland was formed. In 1807, the slave trade was finally abolished in the British Empire, and in 1833, slavery itself was abolished throughout the empire. During the Industrial Revolution, Britain became a global powerhouse, fueled by inventions like the steam engine and power loom. By 1900, the empire controlled roughly 25% of the world's land and population. In India, after the 1857 Indian Rebellion, the British government took control directly, and the subcontinent became known as the jewel in the crown. In Africa, the scramble for Africa led to British colonies such as Egypt, South Africa, Kenya and Nigeria. In Australia and New Zealand, colonies were consolidated and began to gain self-rule. 5th, the 20th century, decline and decolonization. World War I from 1914 to 1918 saw the empire at its greatest extent, but also faced economic difficulties. During the interwar period, nationalist movements grew in many colonies. World War II from 1939 to 1945 further weakened Britain and accelerated independence movements. After the war, India and Pakistan gained independence in 1947. In the 1950s and 60s, African colonies like Ghana, Nigeria and Kenya also gained independence. In the 1980s, Rhodesia, later Zimbabwe and others left British rule. Finally, in 1997, Hong Kong was returned to Chinese rule, marking a symbolic end to the empire. 6th, legacy. The The British Empire left a complex legacy around the world. Many former colonies joined the Commonwealth. The English language and legal systems and parliamentary structures spread globally. Trade networks and industrial infrastructure had a lasting impact. However, colonization involved exploitation, slavery, forced displacement, and inequality that continue to have repercussions today. Okay, thanks for watching. If you want more world history, check out the series in the description.